Good afternoon. Welcome to the Kitsap Literary Artists and Writers of Washington and this monthly Artist Showcase. I am your host, Mark Miller. As you've probably noticed, I am not in the Bremerton Kitsap Axis Studios. Instead, I'm at the Blue Forge Film Studios on the Blue Forge campus in Port Orchard, Washington. Today, I'm interviewing the creator of a locally produced and filmed internet and public television series, Space Marines. Sitting next to me is Maxwell DiMarco, the creator, writer, director, jack of all trades, and master of most. Thank you, Maxwell, for coming here today.
Yeah, glad to be here.
For total transparency, he's decided to make me a nefarious character in an upcoming episode of Space Marines, and Blue Forge Press is my publisher of my books. So, Maxwell, how did you first get started in this type of film endeavor?
Well, I believe it started in 2017. I founded a drop-in group for young adults with disabilities with a friend of mine, and at first it was just like a group where everyone would hang out and we'd have, like snacks and we'd discuss interests and whatnot, but eventually we decided to make it more of a creative endeavor. So that was actually what inspired the name change to Create For You, because originally it actually had a different name. But the first thing we explored was filming in the meeting space we'd meet up in. Originally it was at a local library, and that later changed to a classroom in high school that we would rent out one day a week. And what we do is we would hang like a green sheet from one of those frames, and we would film series based on chroma keying the people into different scenes. And initially we actually didn't start with not Space Marines, but another series called Temporal Outlaws, which is kind of a very comedic, I suppose, hokier series, I suppose.
A little bit of Monty Python.
Yeah, a little bit. Very, very tongue-in-cheek, very. It took itself seriously, but it definitely had sillier elements.
Do you have that on? You still have copies of that film, of those films?
Yes, we do. It has not been commercially released as a DVD like Space Marines has, but it is currently available online on our family-friendly channel, Blue Forge Family, and that series is called The Timeline Shifter Temporal Outlaws.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. So, how many years total you think you've been doing this then?
Well, if we've been going since around 2017, then I'd say, 5 at this point.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Well, I'm going to be really nosy. What was the original name for Space Marines?
That's actually an interesting story because, like I said, Temporal Outlaws was the original series, but we eventually had an idea because Temporal Outlaws, it was a very long series. Space Marines, the current seasons, we tried to keep the episodes rather short. All of them are 12 shots. With Temporal Outlaws, there was no limitation, and eventually we realized that was just a little bit too overwhelming for actors, especially for one day a week. Sometimes filming would have to go over that day, and just that's a little too much. So what we decided to do is expand the concept of timeline shifters, which are these little handheld devices that control time, into a, as they say, multiverse.
Yeah.
So it would be different series, but all using the same actors, so they could play different characters. And the first of those other series was the Timeline Shifter Space Marines. Nowadays, though, we just call it Space Marines because it's pretty much taken prevalence since Temporal Outlaws is is a bit on hiatus right now just because of how extensive everything is. But I'm become very proud of Space Marines.
Well, good. So you've mentioned Create for You. Do you want to go a little bit more into detail as to then why did you come up with that name and some of the other people involved?
Absolutely. Create for You, it's basically, and it's spelled create, the number 4, and then the letter U, all
Right.
mixed together. It's basically, the concept of it is that it's, I guess, it's creating for yourself. It's getting together to make something that you can be proud of. You're making it yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a very straightforward name, but I'm pretty happy with it. And right now I am the I guess organizer of it alongside my mother Jennifer, and my sister Faith also helps oversee all the meetings, make sure everybody's getting along, moderate the meetings, I suppose would be a good word to use. So yeah, her and me are usually always there, and we've during 2020 and 2021, of course, we had to postpone meetings, unfortunately, but now in 2022, we're hoping to start things again. Like you said, that you have a role as a villain in the upcoming Season 3 of Space Marines, and we're going to be filming that this year. And we do have some additional changes. For instance, we are actually going back to we are removing the 12-shot limit going forward.
Oh, good.
But we're helping that by removing a lot of the pressure to get more episodes up. So we're going to be a bit more lax with deadlines. We're gonna try and hustle with filming, but we're gonna be a lot more lax with deadlines and whatnot. So we're hoping that, though there'll be more time for each episode, it won't be as much pressure as it used to be with Temple Outlaws.
So you'll do probably a little bit more trying to do the editing to make it as best you can without worrying
Yes.
about, oh my God, you got to have it done by Friday.
Exactly right. Exactly.
You definitely are going to emphasize more the quality
Yeah.
as opposed to worrying about, like you said, the deadline.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the 3rd season.
Mm-hmm.
So how many episodes do you have in the can someplace?
All right. Well, Season 2 is completely done filming, but right now I am still editing it, which right now there's a lot of very extensive fight scenes in Season 2. And even for something that is as relatively low budget as Space Marines, that still takes a lot of effort to actually make it presentable, to make it actually look, good, especially when you're working with lower budget effects and whatnot. So Season 1 is completely done and has been released on DVD, the complete first season.
And that's here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
so then I'm going to pick this up, which I guess you're not supposed to do, but that's okay. So how many different episodes then fits on this DVD for Season 1?
Each DVD has 12 episodes. Each season is 12 episodes, and that actually won't change with Season 3. It's still going to be 12 episodes a season. I believe we're considering doing an extra episode either at the start or at the end. I forget which it was, but I think that's a what if. But the entire script for the main 12 episodes is done, and so each season is 12 episodes, and Season 2 is also 12 episodes. Currently, I believe episodes 1 through 8 of Season 2 are complete and uploaded again on Blue Forge Family, though under our 13+ rating. So we have 2 ratings on Blue Forge Family. There's basically rated for everyone, which means anyone can watch it, and then there's our, I guess, PG-13 rating, which means you should probably be 13 or older. So it's a slightly more mature, but still fairly family friendly, all in all.
Okay. So I know you had a big delay in the middle of this thanks to a certain virus that's floating around. Mm-hmm. So do you have a time frame as to ending the series, or are you just going to try to keep the series going as long as you can?
I don't think we have a particular ending in mind. I think we are going to just see how far we can go with this idea, and because I think there's a lot we can still do with this cast of characters, and I'm personally excited to explore it. Much like the Space Marines explore the depths of space, I suppose. Just to get a little corny there.
So you're going to try to keep it going until either an asteroid or a solar flare hits the Earth?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, do you have any suggestions about any young people who would want to get into creating film, especially independent films here in the local area?
Well, I would say that I'd say keep in mind what you have to work with and then write around that. That's actually one thing that we are keeping in mind going into season 3, is that we are trying to keep like our effects within a reasonable, like I guess like within like our ballpark, I suppose, if that's the right term I'm looking for. Like, we're not trying to like do something like overly complex, but I think if you work around what you know you can do and like play to your strengths rather than always trying to like step outside your comfort zone, which right. I mean, that's how we grow, but like if you always try and do something you have no experience with, then you're not going to get anywhere. You need to build upon skills.
Well, it's to a certain extent it's the old KISS principle especially when you first start out, until you get that experience.
Yeah.
Which is keep it simple, stupid is the KISS principle. For those people that heard that and didn't know what it was.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say that would be my advice. And I think even if you don't have like a green screen or like you're editing like the most limited editing software ever, I think if you really know what you're working with and then build around that, I think you could really make something special. And just also keep working at it. That's the most important thing. Like even with like Space Marines, looking back at some of the first episodes, I'm just like, oh geez, could I have done the effects better? Could I have acted better? Because I mean, I'm in the series, but like then like when you compare that, like as you go, you see like your style and your skill set evolve over the course of a project. And when you look back at that, even for something like as simple as Space Marines, you look back and you're like, I'm proud of that. And I think
in other words, don't get discouraged.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm glad you asked that, because that actually ties into something else. Like I said, Creatview started as a drop-in group where for teens, kids, young adults with medical conditions or disabilities. Now it is, like you said, a youth group, and it is open to anyone, whether they have a medical condition or not. And if you want to get in touch with us about it, then definitely you can write to me at blueforgefilms@gmail.com, and we'll let you know. We'll write your role, and if we think you're right for the series.
So I'm understanding that you may be able to provide us with some clips of some of your shows.
Yes. So season 1 of Space Marines, it was back then. Like I said, it was a drop-in group, so we didn't know who was going to be there every week. So the scripts were written like on the day, and it was generally a lot more rough. But honestly, I'm still proud of like how it was where we got our start, I suppose. So we could share some of those now.
Good work, soldier.
Thanks, Chief. You ready down there?
I was born ready.
Whoa, take it easy there, Tank.
Just get this done, Shadow. I want you out of those vents.
Got it, Chief. Heads up, Mr. Born Ready.
Oh.
Ace, what's your position? Soldier, report! I'm not losing my pilot to the monster.
I'm not lost, Chief.
Actually, I've made quite a find.
You might say I got to the heart of the matter.
So I understand you also have some episodes of season 2 that you could show also.
Yeah, 8 of the 12 episodes have currently been posted as of this interview. And at this point, we have become a official youth group, and we knew who was going to be there every week. So we were able to write the scripts ahead of time, and in general, everything's just a lot more high budget, and I'm a lot prouder of these, honestly. So here's some of those.
Sometimes I wonder if humans belong in space.
Is this one of those times, Sergeant Striker?
Yeah, 73. This is one of those times.
You are alone in open space.
Space Marines don't get lonely.
Do I detect sarcasm?
You do. You were learning fast, 73. You were only activated a year ago.
Happy birthday to me.
Not exactly.
Are you pleased with my performance of being a Jericho pod, Sergeant Striker?
As autonomous, intelligent battle pods go, you're top notch.
But as a friend, I am not top notch.
Friends can't be programmed, 73. They just are.
That seems inefficient.
Yeah, friendship is often inefficient and inconvenient too. Especially in a universe ruled by xenolore.
Because they kill your friends.
Yes, but it's not just deaths, it's our lives. As humans, so many of us spend every waking hour fighting for our right just to take another breath. An existence under the tyranny of oppression is hardly existence.
I don't understand. You exist. Isn't that enough?
I don't want us to just exist, 73. I want humans to... The Celeste is Sheridan's ship. Her squad was called in to investigate Kyle's disappearance. Something must have gone wrong. Emergency beacons are short range only, so we're the only ones getting the alert.
What's your command, Sergeant Striker?
Set a course for Celeste's last known location, 73. We're gonna find Bones and Shadow. We're gonna find my friends.
Time slip successful.
Good work, 73. You're adapting the alien tech very quickly.
All tech is alien at first. Second meaning of alien, unknown, unfamiliar, foreign, or...
I got it, 73.
But you did not laugh at my witticism.
I've never been a wit man. Take us to the surface, 73.
Affirmative, Sergeant Striker. Oh, I get it. A wit man is plan on...
Entering orbit. You finally beat me to something, Kyle. May you find peace and infinity, my friend. May you find freedom.
No weapons. No armor.
How long are you going to hold us, Hunter?
Sometimes the captain forgets about guests.
We could always sell them by the pound at the meat market.
Good idea.
Tank's losing it!
The time slip must have affected his biomech body. We need a medical by stat.
Suckers.
Lights out.
Who knew that mixing asteroid salts with ring squid egg produced a knockout spray?
Everything a doctor does as alchemics to some extent.
One for me, one for you, Tank. A gift from our sleepy friends.
Yes, sir.
Crew and guests, looks like a pesky particle storm is passing us by. Expect lighting malfunctions and a few other hiccups in the system.
Ironic.
The door locks, however, won't be affected.
Not so ironic.
Ace, if we can make it to the Celeste, can you fly us out of here?
Is that even possible?
Anything is possible. Xenolor have time shift to heart.
I'm not flying anywhere without Shadow.
Affirmative. We lost one so far, but that's one too many.
The Xenolor have killed billions.
The Bones was one of us.
All humans are one of us, Ace.
Shadow must be in the ventilation system somewhere. Xenolor or space pirates. Nothing can hold Shadow.
Marines, I don't remember giving you the run of my ship. Are you trying to escape? Do you not remember that we're 5,000 light years from ISA space? Can your small brains not comprehend big numbers?
I hate him.
I think he wants us to.
He wants us to make a mistake, to reveal our position.
Go ahead and hide, just like the ISA teaches you to. Hide from the devastation zone. Hide from the pirates. Hide from the Xenolor. If you're not ready...
Tank! No!
I was born ready. What the heck?
Our weapons are assigned and coded to an individual's biometric chip the moment they're taken from the armory.
You can't use our own weapons against us.
Idiots.
Judge?
Tank!
Now I'm amused.
Well, thank you very much, Maxwell, for agreeing to this interview, because I wanted to get this information out about Space Marines and Great for You, especially to the BCAT viewing public. Claw, Kitsap Literary Artists and Writers, has been interviewing and filming various creatives in conjunction with Bremerton Kitsap Access Television for several years. I want to thank all of our viewers for tuning into Bremerton Kitsap Access Television and viewing this Kitsap Literary Artists and Writers production. I also wish to thank the BCAT staff, who are always working tirelessly to help us get these episodes out into the ether, I guess you'd call it. This broadcast interview is scheduled for later in July and August at 6 p.m. every Saturday on Channel 3 on Astound Cable and Channel 12 on Comcast. Keep in touch with our Facebook pages for updates on what creatives we will be interviewing in the future and also the events that our authors and artisans will attend in the community. Look for the yearly Blackberry Festival and the Kitsap County Fair and Stampede here in the end of August and the beginning of September. We at CLAW have a mission statement to help authors and artisans become known to the public and expose their artistic endeavors to the residents of Kitsap County and the world. Thus, we plan to continue this endeavor as long as the BCAT staff and the viewing public support us. CLAW exists for the artists and authors to help with marketing, distribution, and publicity. We meet every month on the first and third Wednesdays at Sparrow's Pizza on Kitsap Way in Bremerton, Washington. Also, for filmmakers and actors, we have a separate related group, Kitsap Peninsula Filmmakers, which meets on the second Tuesday of every month at the Family Pancake House on Wheaton Way at 7 p.m. in Bremerton, Washington. Everyone interested in the arts are welcome at both. We are not the only group here in the area. There are many independent writers and critique groups in Western Washington. The Blue Forge Group, a 501c3 nonprofit, encompasses films, publishing, comics, music, and artwork. Strongly supports the arts in the Kitsap County area. Part of the group, Blue Forge Films, assisted in moving many of the CLAW shows to the YouTube and other internet sites and allowed us to use their studio space for this interview. Blue Forge Press has also been instrumental in helping me and others publish our books. I hope everyone has a pleasant day and a productive and fascinating year. Until next time, I am Mark Miller with Kitsap Literary Artists and Writers in conjunction with Bremerton Kitsap Access Television and Blue Forge Group. Good day. Thank you, Maxwell.